Hello everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Today our topic is very important, and this topic actually is going to show you that those Muhammadan, they worship a God, they do not know who he is. Or what they knew, that his name is Allah. Even the word Allah do not know what their name mean, for it is a foreign word. So the name of the God they have is a stolen name from different nation. The character of this God is unknown for them. Who is this God? They have no idea. How he look like? They don't know. What he's made of? They don't know. Is he a spirit? They say no. So today we are going to discuss together and see and show you how much they are, or there is embarrassment in this religion the second you start asking about this God. This God is exist only if you don't ask questions. This God is amazing, but just don't ask. The second you ask, this God is a joke. So who is this God, Allah?
Believe that Allah has an arm or a leg as stated in the Quran. How can this be correct? Isn't it? This is attributing human qualities to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, subhanallah, Brother Tahir, you just answered yourself in the beginning when you said some Muslims believe that Allah has an arm or leg as it is stated and mentioned in the Quran. So if it is stated in the Quran, what other proof do you need? Rather, the question should be, how can we perceive these states? Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned specific.
Look at this now. So yes, Allah have arms, Allah have hands, Allah have legs. So why they refuse that God can be a man? And those arms and those hands and those legs, are they flying in the space or they are connected? They can't even answer you about that. And those hands and those arms and those legs are made from what? Silicone, plasma, gelati? They don't dare to answer that. So what kind of God we are worshipping? And why does God anyway, he have arms and legs? Listen carefully. The Muslim is saying, some Muslims say, he says to you, he says to him, yeah, well, this is what the Quran is saying. You answer yourself. The Quran confirmed that.
Some Muslims believe that Allah has an arm or a leg as stated in the Quran. How can this be correct? Isn't it? This is attributing human qualities to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, subhanallah, Brother Tahir, you just answered yourself in the beginning when you said some Muslims believe that Allah has an arm or leg as it is stated and mentioned in the Quran. So if it is stated in the Quran, what other proof do you need?
Yeah, what other proof you need? What's wrong with you? So a Muslim, he's trying to use his brain. Okay, see, we say to the Christians how God can be a man. And why this God, he is rejected by them? He's a man. I mean, he looked like a man. He have arms, he have hands, he have leg. Then we find that Allah himself, he have arms and he have hands and he have fingers and he have not only fingers, he have 5 fingers. And he have 2 eyes. So how it's impossible for God to be a man? And that actually, the funny is, the second you say impossible for God to be a man, you just said impossible for God to be God. Because God, he can be whatever he wants. The Bible says nothing is impossible with God. That is our book. Are you Muslims saying there is something impossible with God? So why you call him God? There's many things impossible for me because I am not God. But if I am God, nothing is impossible for me. So the difference between me and God, that there's millions of things, billions of things is impossible for me. With God, there's 0 thing is impossible. So here you see the hypocrisy of this cult, and you see the confusion of this cult. And now he's trying to explain now, okay, okay, now Allah, he have hands and Allah have arms. The question is, isn't it this is a human attribute? So what he will say, listen.
Rather, the question should be, how can we perceive
these
states?
How we can perceive? Go ahead.
Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned specific parts, and I would mention them and the references in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وقالت اليهود يد الله مغلولة غلت أيديهم ولعنوا بما قالوا بل يداه مبسوطتان ينفق كيف يشاء. In this ayah, without going into the details of its meaning and the reason of its revelation, a part of the ayah in this segment. He says, بَلْ يَدَاهُ مَبْسُوطَتَانِ, Allah's hands are stretched out. He spends generously and he provides generously.
Allah, his hand is open and he spent a lot. He spent. You know the stupidity is, if we accept that this God he spent, that's mean he have a currency. That's mean he is not a creator. Because a spender is somebody who have a saving, and from his saving he spent. So the second you agree that your God he spent, it's mean he is not the maker of the money, he is spending the money. So he is not a creator. And when you say and you agree that Allah have hands and he used his hand to spend, well, you just made him a man in the market and he put his hand in the pocket and he pay money. He spend money. So how that can help? That make it even more confusing. Continue.
Prior to what the Jews were saying, that God forbid that his hands are tied up or shackled to his neck, yani he does not spend. I don't want to say the word exactly because this is awful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala quoted the false allegation and he refuted that by saying, بَلْ يَدَاهُ. Doesn't only have one hand, rather two. يَدَاهُ, dual. He has two hands.
If you go to this verse, by the way, you will see not a single translation saying the word two hands. I think there's only one. They took the word his two hands away. Okay, so now what is the answer for this person? We got it. Allah, he spend money, he have two hands, and his hands is open. And now you prove that the person there, he is wrong, and Allah have two hands. And?
Are stretched out. يُنْفِقُ كَيْفَ يَشَاءُ. He spends as he wills. Okay. So the ayah stated so. In Surah Al-Qalam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in ayah number 42, يوم يكشف عن ساق ويدعون إلى السجود فلا يستطيعون. In some of the tafsir and references and ahadith, the saq here refers to Allah's shin. So he has a leg, and he would lay down uncovered or bare his shin so that people will fall in prostration, except those who fail to prostrate in this.
So we have his God. This God have two hands, and then the judgment day is going to disrupt these, is going to show his leg. So this is what you know about your God? That's it? That's your God? Mr. Leg? The reason I am starting with this, because our topic is about how Allah, he go to his throne. If we go in the Quran, we will find that there is many verses in the Quran where it says that Allah, he rose himself above the throne. Before we go to the throne, just to show you that Allah, he moved from the earth up to the heaven. The Muslims always, they try to convince the Christian that Allah is not contained inside the earth, when the Quran and the Hadith prove that all over place. It is he who created for you all things, and here additional proof that the one who made the Quran cannot be the one they call him Allah. The author of the Quran keep talking about his God. This is not Allah talking, cannot be God, who is his name is Allah talking, because he should say it is me, Allah, who created things for you, not it is he. Here he says, in the translation, he says, moreover, he designed and comprehend the heaven. That's a fast translation. The word in Arabic is thumma. Thumma mean, and then after that, a while after that. There's a Muslim, he teach Arabic, and he have a video just about the word thumma. And he will tell you that the word thumma is used only for something that did not happen right away, but after, which means there's a period of time, took long period. Thumma, if you change the translation or translator, this is Yusuf Ali, you will see the Quran will change miraculously, as usual. Look what happened. He it is who created for you all that on earth. Then istawa, between two brackets, he rose over. Okay, he rose over toward where? Toward heaven. Okay, where he was? He was on earth. If there is any Muslim here, he have an idea how this happened? How you Muslim, you reject Jesus to be God because you say to us that if the flesh of the man is a flesh of a man, that means God is inside the flesh of the man, and that is impossible. And now, what is different between God is inside the flesh of the man and God is inside the earth or inside the sky or inside the cloud or inside the atmosphere? He is now in the earth. So he's contained in the space which is in the earth. He is not bigger. He is not hugging the earth. He is in the earth. And this is why it says he rose over. Now, how Allah he rose over? Remember, none of the Muslims believe that Allah have wings. Muslims, any one of you believe Allah has wings? Any Muslim in the bushes? Do Allah have wings? The answer, no. As you see, all Islamic sheikhs, they insist Allah have two hands, Allah have legs, Allah have 5 fingers, but there's no wings. All right. So how Allah he rose to the sky? Do we have any Muslim can help us? Not only Allah he rose to the sky, in different verses it says that he rose over the throne, in the top of the throne. Is that why Allah have hands and legs? Because he need to climb the big huge throne? And now, as long Allah is in the top of the throne, why he is there? You see, the Bible speaks about the throne of God too. But the Bible says that the pillars of the throne of God is justice and love. There is nothing really, it's about physical throne. God do not need a throne. God in the Bible is a spirit. And why the spirit need a throne? The God of Islam is not a spirit, he's a physical being. So now we have Allah contained in the earth, as we showed you in the previous verse. He was in the earth, and then he went up to the sky. Here translation saying heaven, the fact it says sky. The word is in Arabic is sama, as you see here. هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا ثم استوى إلى السماء فسواهن 7 سماوات. So it is he who created for you everything on earth, and then he left up to the sky, he rose up to the sky, and he made them 7 heaven or 7 skies. And I don't want to talk now about the number 7, which is proven again that Muhammad is a fraud. Because Muhammad, he's stuck with the number 7. Muhammad is a person, when he hears something, he's stuck with it. So Jesus mentioned the number 7 and 70. Muhammad, he mentioned it right away, and he's stuck with it. The Christians, they mention number 3. Muhammad is stuck with number 3. Everything in Islam is a theft.